members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. In this evening's live, I would like to start off by wishing everybody a happy 4th of July, as fireworks will be shot off as they do them where I live in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, or about 2 hours from now. But I felt it my due diligence to come on here this evening. I did have people over here, but some of them left to go up to the carnival and the firework display and all that stuff up in town. So I'm going to do a live, and we're going to get through some of the information. And it's a doozy here today, as XRP's down 6.49 or 6.4%. We've got Bitcoin down to 57,620. We've got a lot of cryptocurrencies just sliding big time. Had a big issue a little bit earlier, as I talked about this morning in the update about BLOFIN. So I told you guys to take control. But there's only 2 people that could have even been affected by this. But if you're on BLOFIN, I was unable to add to the position. And then for whatever reason, it wouldn't close out the position. And I set a stop loss on there while I was doing my stuff, and it still wouldn't close out. So I was telling everybody to take that into your own hands. But that's going to be a little issue for me going forward. I like HOTCOIN because I can add to my position. I don't have any issues. I'm having a lot of issues right now on BLOFIN when it comes to the copy trading. So please, please, please take that into your own hands. Mark Caston, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 3 months with the XRP Meteor, along with UK Phil and Wales, Josie Wales. Thank you all so very much. Lee Tennant, welcome in. James, good evening. Mosey here, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. I greatly appreciate you continuing support. As I am appreciative of everybody who tunes in this evening. We have a lot of value to add here. I think we're in a very opportune moment, and my position for Bitcoin that I want to open this copy trade on HOTCOIN, we're right there. We're getting right there. We'll go over the charts and we'll look to see exactly the right level. And with what? Oh, he did? So we'll take a look at the possibility on the copy trade, but if you want to follow that, make sure you do it on HOTCOIN. I'm not going to deal with the ins and outs, especially if I can't add to a position on BLOFIN. It makes it, to me, it's not advantageous because I like to open a position, and if it's down 20%, I'll add to it if I believe in the position. So I had 4 different positions that ended up opening, and I was unaware of it as I was buying it every time it went down. To my surprise, couple of them I got to sell in the profit, but it never brought my average down. So it was it's an interesting prospect. So let's make sure that you stay up to date here, especially when we start expressing some interest in different exchanges, so that we can stay on the same page. Brad, welcome in. Rob, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XP Predictor. Allison, good evening, love. I'm glad to see you in here. Happy 4th of July to everybody as well. 4050 Fitness, good evening. I do thank everybody, and please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube recommends this live. It's going to be very important here. Very important to watch this live because of opportunity. There's going to be opportunity here after this most recent drop. And like we're looking at H-bar down here, it's down 7.7%. We've got a lot of things down. We've got let's see, some of the ones. Zill's down about 10%. We've got VeChain down 8.5%. We've got DGB down 6.6%. We've got XRP down about 7%. We've got Bitcoin down 4.45%. Yeah, with XRP, 42.4 cents. But there's 2 targets. 42.4 is the cup and handle, which is right here. We also had a technical target out of this pattern drop. That our technical target, as we talked about, well, if you were part of the live, we talked about the 43.15 cent mark that this would come down to. It's either there or 42.4 cents roughly that we could get this hold, and this would be an area where I've been looking at, if it comes down here, that we should find ourselves massively oversold, as we can see in the 3 hourly, the 4 hourly. The daily went back into oversold for XRP. Weekly starting to push up there pretty hardcore now. 45's back above, 30's back above the resistance. So this looks like it's going to continue the drop until it's done now. So it's either going to be at this support structure, and we are very close at 43.1, or the technical target out of the drop from this short-term pattern formation, or it's going to be even worse and we could come down to the cup and handle support at 42.4 cents, as we can see here. It's a lot easier to see the cup and handle if I bring it out into the weekly. So it's very possible that we're hunting these support structures. If we were to lose this support at 42.4 cents, then we have to start talking about the uptrending support. This is about an 80-month pattern formation, 81 months, and it's around the 40 cent, just over 40 cent mark. It's just about the 40 cent mark. So we'll see if we can come down that far. But XRP, it just came down to that technical target. It just came down to that technical target here at 43.1 cents. But everything is dumping rather hard. Bitcoin is another one that I'm very interested in if we could possibly open up a copy trade and then work it every so many percent down. Weekly still in the mid-range. Daily's going to work itself severely oversold now for, well, not severely, but it's getting into that oversold. 4 hourly's pretty oversold here. 2 hourly's back into oversold. 3 hourly, if it continues like this, you know, it's something big could happen eventually. But where's the floor at here for Bitcoin? Where's the floor? Because we got the rejection here now at this 58,800. That's the pennant flag we got rejected on. So do we come all the way down here to 52.5? That's been the speculation. If we lose the pennant flag, which we're starting to lose right now, is a W reversal being formed right here in the short term? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. All we know is we've fallen very bearish. And right now, these are the times when you start to look at it and you start to look for opportunity, because it's been a substantial drop here. Is it any surprise here that it happened on 4th of July? Because this was the big fear. The U.S. government unlocked 3,940 Bitcoin and was approved by the judge to upload it on June 26th. We also had Mt. Gox, we know, has $9 billion worth that they were going to start offloading this week. I'm going to say we're in the midst of that now. We are absolutely in the midst of it. But XRP being down 7%, that's 7% more of an opportunity. 7% more of an opportunity, folks. And that's as real as I can be. Being down 7% more here. It could be a shakeout before the 13th. I'm not convinced about a settlement though. See, I'm not on that side. I'm not sure that that's what's happening here. But you never really can quite tell. You never really can quite tell what's really going on. So, but I think these are very advantageous spots here. Man, this BLOFIN, that really irritated me though. I'm keeping my positive vibe, but I'm not happy about the way that copy trading works. I'm very happy with how HOTCOIN works. Not too happy about BLOFIN, so I'm going to cap my potential losses here at 60 or 70 total dollars, and I'm out with BLOFIN, because I can't be proactive and be able to do a copy trade if I can't add it for my group. When it goes down, it's such a... So anyhow, but with XRP, we're going to focus on the charts. We're going to look at the spots where, if you're looking to go long here, the most opportune moments, 43.1, 42.4, and then down at 40.5 cents are the three nearest supports. And we'll go over all of that. Bitcoin came down to about 57K, and it's starting to just up and down with everything. So even H-bar I'm looking at, down 8% here is a fantastic opportunity in the spot market. Well, not necessarily in the stock market even, but I believe that it's becoming very oversold. Daily time frame, 4 hourly, weekly's getting up there. A lot of stuff is going to become severely oversold. And we know, because it took the down route, the technical target here is right around, it could be as low as 5.9 cents there. But we should, once we finally bottom here in the short term, we're going to get some kind of magical bounce back. But we could have to wait until 52,000 with Bitcoin. We could start coming to unprecedented lows with XRP for the past like 18 months. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see where we go from here. But let me timestamp this. Let me do an intro. And then we'll get through it in the audience. And I really do thank each and every one of you. Even on this bearish of days, the most bearish of days, you will continue to tune in and watch. And actually be a part of this with me. If you are looking to trade, look in the video description below. I highly encourage BITUNIX, as it has the lowest spot and leverage trading fees in the USA, bar none. I've been through them all. It's very transparent, and I've never had an issue with the futures trading. And I like trading spot because literally I can buy $4,000 and it'll cost me $1 to buy into something. And then if you're looking to copy trade me, Forget BLOFIN because there's not enough stuff I can do. It doesn't add to my trades, and a lot of uncertainty there, as I've had a lot of technical issues. So I'm not going to advise anybody to go there. I advise you to go to HOTCOIN if you want to copy trade me, so you can stay away from all that discrepancies, because it's been a kind of a pain in the ass today. Fortunately, there's not many people doing it on there, only I think 2 with money. And the fact that I kept it to under $100 right now on the trade is the maximum loss, but still, I need transparency when I'm doing something. So please make sure to hit that like button, and it would greatly help push the cause here. It'll help YouTube recommend this live, and it'll allow us to get the word out here, as I think we have a valuable service we offer here. Everything is for free here, and we look over not just the technicals, but the news alike, as we will also look at here one article while I have your attention, well, actually maybe 2, as XRP eyes a mad anomaly with a 7,900% surge in bull liquidations. And when I show you the number in dollar amounts of longs liquidated compared to shorts, it's mind-boggling. So make sure to hit that like button, and we'll get through this right after the intro. So good evening, 7:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, July 4th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So we'll go through this in a professional manner. I don't know how long I'm going to be on, being that it's 4th of July, but I'd like to go this, in an appropriate manner, and we'll try to cover everything that we need to. We'll go over the technicals, but first we'll start in these articles so that we can get through this. So XRP eyes a mad anomaly with 7,900% surge in bull liquidations. And then we'll talk about how, yes, the price turned bearish and whales offload 65 million tokens. What comes next? So XRP bulls liquidation skyrocketed 7,900% as XRP price dipped. So XRP has seen a jaw-dropping surge in bullish liquidations today, which stands in stark contrast to the muted activity on bearish positions. Data from CoinGlass shows that in the past 24 hours, a stunning 3.95 million have been liquidated from long positions, dwarfing $53,100 from short positions. Did you hear that? In the last 24 hours, 3.95 million have been liquidated from longs, while only $53,100 from short positions. That's a 7,900% differential. The anomaly coincides with a 6.3% drop in the price of XRP, indicating a shift in investor sentiment. At the same time, derivative trading volumes for XRP increased by over 83.49% during the same period, reflecting increased market activity amid uncertainty. So some community enthusiasts believe that these unusual liquidation patterns could lead to a period of relative stability for XRP, potentially signaling a rebound from key support levels. However, as bearish traders capitalize on the price decline to lock in profits, bullish players are facing losses from the recent downturn. It is possible that the surge in liquidations of bulls could be due to over-leveraged positions getting squeezed out, margin calls triggered by the price dip, or unexpected negative news events like German government selling or Mt. Gox. Others point to potential shakeout of weaker hands as less confident bulls exit the market. So that's pretty interesting. Looking ahead, the focus remains on how these developments will impact XRP's market trajectory in the near term amid continued market volatility. So we've got a lot going on in the markets and a lot of downward movement right now. And I mean, for all intents and purposes, I mean, some could say it's a shakeout, some could say a lot of different things, but we're definitely in the midst of something big here. We're definitely in the midst of something here, and there's no shame in seeing what's going on in the market. Like, we can even look outside of XRP, and I think wow, I didn't think there'd be that many. The 76 people here and the 45 likes. Please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this and we can get as many people as possible in here. You look at something like AMP even. Look how far AMP has slipped into the oversold in like the 3 hourly. So like, it's not out of the ordinary to maybe try to start buying a spot position. I highly recommend against leverage right now if you're trying to catch something. But there is the possibility that AMP, you could find a trade here in the spot, but there's also a potential that it could come all the way back down to 1.8 cents or 0.0018. And if that happens, that is a pretty big drop. That's a pretty big drop. We do have the daily close here in 9 minutes. So this is where I would like to see what happens to the market after, as we see like even Filecoin's down 7.5%. We've got Cardano down over 10.8%. You know, AMP's down 8.1%. You know, we've got a lot of things down a lot. We've got YXP down 13%. We've got Gala down 12.3%, getting ever closer to our big targeted area for a big buy. So it's as bad as it looks out here. Bitcoin's on the verge of losing 57K again. As bad as it looks out here is as much opportunities in the water. Like, look at some of these numbers. You've got HBAR down 8.25%. You've got ZIL down about 10%. VeChain down 9%. You got XDC becoming even more of a buy opportunity. You've got XRP down 7.1%. Now, instead of getting 2 for $1, I mean, now you're down to 43.3 cents. Now we're getting into a serious area where I'm going to have to start buying down again. That's how far down we've gone. It's almost to that point where I can buy down again. Sub 40 cents, you know, it's game on. If you're sub 40 cents, you really have to start with something here. You really have to start thinking with very high possibility here. MC, what did MC say? Big time XRP accumulation, decline of XRP on exchanges. This is why whales are back. Yep, that's absolutely correct. And the only thing they can even point to, and this is a very small offload. So XRP takes bearish turn as whale offloads 65 million coins. So that's a whale. That's one whale moves 65 million. So against the backdrop of the crypto market's remarkable bearish movement today, an XRP whale has continued to dump significant amounts of coins to exchanges. Over the past day, nearly 65 million XRP was recorded to have been offloaded, raising several concerns among crypto market participants. XRP is currently feeling the heat of the broader market's downtrend, as also seen by Bitcoin slipping as low as 57K mark. And it's down, you know, it got a little bit lower than that. Further, the whale's dump, despite the recent advancements in the XRP lawsuit, has created a storm of speculations on future price movement. So in a couple of posts shared by the on-chain transaction tracker, Whale Alert, it was pointed out that 64.7 million coins were shifted to sexes via the same whale address. As per the data, the address RZN was registered to have been making the massive dump. Intriguingly, the whale shifted 32.69 million XRP worth 15.12 million to the Bitso crypto exchange. Meanwhile, in another transaction, the whale shifted 32.01 million XRP worth 14.82 million to the Bitstamp crypto exchange. The emergence of these transactions amid XRP showing signs of a pullback has raised bearish market sentiment. Also, it's worth noting that speculation of the whale being linked to Ripple's persists. For context, these transactions became a recurring phenomenon soon after Ripple strategically acquired stake in Bitstamp. In the interim, XRP price continued to dip, aligning with the whale's massive dump and the broader market trend. Despite positive developments in the Ripple versus the SEC or US SEC lawsuit, as Ripple filed a notice of supplemental 30, the XP community has yet to witness a significant shift in market sentiment, and the SEC struck back today, as we know. At press time, XRP's price showed, or yesterday, signs of a pullback, falling 6.84% to 45 cents, and now it's under 44. XRP's future open interest dipped 10.08% to 547.41 million. That also coincided with the price fall. Derivatives volume rocketed 86.8% to 1.58 billion. This hinted at an uncertain market sentiment for XRP. Meanwhile, that's all I wanted to read with that. I don't need to get into some other speculation. But yeah, so XRP, as we can see, it came down and hit our first technical target. See, the technical target, and it's been out there if we broke this and couldn't get back above resistance. The technical target was to come down here to 43.15 cents. Let me move this over just so we can see this. But it's 40, I mean, it's right there now. I think it came right down to that support perfectly. That was the technical drop if we lost that short-term consolidation. But, guys and girls, we touch the bottom here in the next few. Yep. That's true. And, you know, I always get so excited when I see XRP start coming down because I can go back into the accumulation phase when it gets to a certain point. I really do believe that when we get to certain levels, that we really have to take opportunity. I'm here on 4th of July for a reason, folks. I didn't have to be on today. I know that. And, you know, I didn't even come on at 6:30. I came on when I had a chance to because I wanted to talk about this. And I had a few things I wanted to update on and a few things that I was not happy with certain exchanges. Like on BLOFIN with the way the usability is with certain things. Like I got hammered because of it. I mean, it's going to be less than $100, even at the worst case scenario, but I still got hammered because of some of the usability. So it's made it to the point to where it's not worth it for me there. And, you know, if I was trading by myself, it would be. But being a copy trader, it's not advantageous. In fact, it's going to hurt a lot of us. But, you know, with all good fallacies comes a reality as well. Because now you can see, like for me, I can see the difference between how HOTCOIN does their stuff in BLOFIN and vice versa with some of the others. I also have that reassurance that BITUNIX to me is A1. So I love it. Been buying and will keep buying every drop. Yes, indeed, Rob. And Chillix, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. Rob, thank you for being in Tom's Army for 6 months plus with the XRP predictor. I greatly, greatly appreciate that continued support, everybody. Cape Cod Kyle, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army. I know it's over 3 months. Might have been over 6 by now. And happy 4th of July to you, my friend. Happy 4th to you as well. Lana, welcome in. Long time no see. Indeed, I'm glad to see you in here. One of the OGs of the OGs in the house. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling pretty good about this stuff. Feeling pretty good about this stuff. I like seeing the drops. I like seeing the drops because we can start building positions. Remember, FOMO Fridays and Winning Wednesdays might not be that far out of the way anymore. Might not be that far out of the way anymore. For Kyle, excellent. I knew it was over 3 months now. Casper is down 3.4%. I don't know if I've ever seen it besides one time this cheap. And it would have had to have been within this rotation down. But 1.8, man, oh man, is that is a crazy drop here. George, thank you for the Ripple vs. SC update documents. I got to sleep in this morning, thank God. But when I got up, that was the first thing I seen. Thank you. Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, I even went back over, as you know, the note, how they tried to file supplemental authority, and then how the SEC filed back yesterday. So I read all the information today. That video this morning got almost 2,000 views already, which I'm very blessed about that. I'm happy 4th to you as well, George. And thank you for re-upping in Tom's Army for 4 months now with the XRP Meteor. I greatly appreciate that. So at least on the live tonight, we got one person to re-up in Tom's Army. I really appreciate that so much. But yeah, Casper, reality says it'll probably come back down to 1.842 if it continues this drop. Now, I'm very interested to see how we do on this flip right now. Because if you guys were voting in the audience, and let's just say you were part of this copy trade on HOTCOIN, would you put in a 10x trade here for Bitcoin, and then let's say if it rides down, you start to buy 10% more or 20% more every 20% down? Or are you waiting for 52K? I would love to hear everybody's perspective here. I would love to hear everybody's perspective. I really would. And we're doing some relaxation right now while I have everybody. We've been on for 24 minutes, and I could see us being on for another, we'll see how long I can do this. George, welcome in. Or George, thank you for the $5 donation. Holy smokes. Not only have re-up in Tom's Army, but a $5 donation on top of that. I am surely blessed on this 4th of July. Hard to say if anything's a buy right now. It would be purely by you having good faith, and then if you bought something here, you'd have to be under the idea that every 10% down or 20% down, you're buying that much more. 48K would make a lot of people lose their shirts, that's for sure. But now that we've come back within this pennant flag, that is... But the one thing I noticed is if we started about right here, and you can't just say that's where we're starting, but You know, there's a definite resistance. Well, I mean, we noticed it before, but it's even more assuring or more alarming when you look at it from every angle. There's a lot of resistance up there. And if we're not careful, Bitcoin's going to pull the old-fashioned M-topping reversal here. And we're all but out of luck here. If we break this uptrending support here, we're fucked. If 52,648 breaks, it is a long road down. And like, we're fortuitously screwed. We're not literally, because we are buying it when it gets a lot cheaper. If it does. But right now is that moment. Do we have that opportunity here? And I know a lot of people probably don't want to answer that question. MC Prosperity, thank you for the $20 donation. I really, really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. On this 4th of July. Yes, Terry. They sure do. Hey, despite what many people do believe of me, I am a realist. And I did start this YouTube channel because I wanted the truth to be out there. So, whether I show the bullish or bearish side, I show both sides. And I'm not telling you whether to buy or sell. I'm not telling you even where it's going to go. But I am going to show when there's a beautiful opportunity developing. And that's what's happening right before our very eyes. That's what's happening. And this is the reason why we sold out. You guys know how it goes. And, you know, sometimes it takes being somewhere to where I can actually take a real hard look at something and see how an exchange is, or see how some. There's a few of them out here that make me uncomfortable, even to right now. And what I've seen on a few of them, I try to be as transparent as I can. But yeah, we got to be safe out here too. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. But Terry, welcome, and I'm glad you're in the audience this evening. I like seeing you in the lives, being able to comment in real time, because then I can actually analyze it in the proper context. I mean, I'm looking to see some of this start to reverse here a little bit. That's what I'm looking at. I would like to see some of this reverse a little bit, to be honest with you. Is it going to? Nah, it's speculative at best, right? It is always speculative at best. But I actually think, I actually don't think the market, where everybody thinks, oh, it's just going to fall off a cliff and just be done forever. Like, look at how oversold we're becoming right now. Look at that gala. Remember when I talked about, I considered it a miracle buy if we could get down here? And even I thought I was crazy putting this target down here around the 0095. When you start pushing down to these levels, it doesn't seem as crazy anymore, does it? It doesn't seem as crazy anymore. Right, Devin, it sure is. It sure is. Everything is down 90% plus. And like, look at XRP. That's the beauty in the details. Like, if you buy it in the right spot, you can buy the way down and not be affected by negative. But a lot of people get affected by the red. So if you bought, let's say you bought XRP. Let's say you buy it right now at 42.6 cents. It goes down 10%. Most people, instead of adding 10%, they would just say, oh my God, it's down 10%. I'm cutting my losses. But forgetting the whole reason we bought it at 42 cents for what we see in the future prospect. Now, if we're under the mindset that XRP is a scam, that XRP is putting out false promises, and the unrelentless selling of XRP by Ripple is a big scam now, and we're starting to get sick of that old game, well, yeah, then you can make that educated and informed decision. And you could say, you know what? I'm sick of all this. I'm not even buying it at 42 cents because I don't think it's going up from here. I don't think it's going up from here, right? And that's a decision you must make. And you cannot let me, a YouTuber, an influencer, a financial advisor, anybody on the street trick you into, at that point, selling what you want. That is something that can't happen, or keep you from buying, or forcing you to buy. You know, that's something we can't have happen. So, and then the only other thing that I can say about BLOFIN that I really didn't like is the fact that it didn't tell me my liquidation levels or anything. It was weird. So, there's just a few things that I'm uncomfortable with that. So, I'm going to stay away from that one, honestly, for now. So, HOTCOIN is where you can copy trade me, because I got to be certain, because I lost like 70 bucks today because of some of the stuff. And I can't have that happen every day. Let's see. We've got Bitcoin. I mean, it's trying to act as if this is a bottom put in. It really is trying. But with Bitcoin, we could come all the way down to 52,000. That's the problem. We've come below a very critical level. The daily, that's about as poor of a daily close as you could ever wish for, as we have a daily engulfing candle to the bottom side. And you're not looking for, not much worse than that. So does that give us hope that we're going to be bullish? I mean, not. It doesn't look like it in the short term. But at some point, oh yeah, you would be really good if you caught it for 1K at the bottom for 16x. You damn right you would be. That would be a significant rally. Someone's gonna catch it here too. Someone will catch it. Someone will catch it, I assure you. So, I mean, a lot of things. Somebody asked me if H-bar is a buy. It's more of a buy right now than it was before, I can tell you that much. But for me, the technical target is a drop down here to 5.9. I'll start looking at H-bar about 5.9. I'll start looking at XRP right when it got to 42.4 cents. Remember the cup and handle? Now we're at the cup and handle. We absolutely are at the cup and handle. It's also, I had to liquidate everything except for, you know, well, you guys know I'm not going to go through it. So right now, 42.6, it's tapped. 42.4, it's hit this area. So we've absolutely filled out this technical drop. And look, I'm here. See, if there's one thing, whatever people want to say about me, I will be here in the good and bad. Even on 4th of July. And I wasn't even going to come on, but when I seen the way it looked like it was going to start setting up this next layer of the drop, I mean, look at the opportunity setting up. DGB is at 00686. My dear Lord. My dear Lord. 00. And remember I taught, well, I'm not going to go into the we've been discussing as a community here how at the 00586 we thought was a tremendous buy. We're getting awfully close to that now as we're within one. We're 00686. We're looking for 00586 roughly. For everybody with XDC, that is becoming a much, much better bargain now, and it's come below that short-term support. So you have to monitor your own risk. 4 hourly is out of this world oversold. Daily's oversold. Weekly still got a little bit of room. But some of this is just getting a little ridiculous with some of these. And I like to start looking at opportunity when it's oversold. Now, I'll be transparent with everybody. If Bitcoin right now, instead of railing here, if this breaks down and it comes right down here to 52.8, I'm buying. I'm probably going to buy a long for a copy trading in the HOTCOIN on a 10x. And that's where you have to follow me. Don't go on BLOFIN because I had so many issues with it that I just know it's not going to be advantageous. And I'm not allowed to add to positions, and it opened up 4 different trades, and it was just a nightmare. So, please, if you're going to follow me on HOTCOIN. I'm going to stop plugging BLOFIN until I can figure that out and until I can, you know, update a few things. So, the good news is, though, is on BITUNIX, if you're following me on there, or not following me, but if you downloaded the link from me on BITUNIX, copy trading is starting on there this month. So, I'm so happy about that. I hope it's as transparent as HOTCOIN because I'll be honest, being able to add to a position is all I ever needed. And it's the first exchange I've ever found that lets you do it. So, I'm actually rather intrigued by what we have here. XRP has clarity in court, not a security, possible settlement soon. Haters of XRP everywhere. Yes, I love it. I fucking love it. And now XRP at 42 cents. I don't have to worry about telling people on a bad buy at 70 or 60 or even 50, which it's not a bad buy, 2 for 1. But look at it now. Remember what I always said about sub 40. When it gets sub 40, buying opportunity out the wazoo. Out the wazoo. Sub 40 cents to me has always been a no-brain buy. At 2.5 to 1, that's like getting plus 250 on the odds. For every dollar, they'll match you 250 or $2.50. Chillas. So it's either going to be this 42.4 or I mean, 38 cents in theory, we could say, on an overshoot. But if we look at the overall pattern setup, and it's why I always keep us, or I try to at least, I try to keep us well informed when it comes to this overall chart with XRP, where we hit all-time highs. And now we hit the uptrend, and now we've been in this pattern rotation, even hit a resistance as late as, on the downtrending resistance as late as March of this year. And now we're trending towards support. So support here, first support is right around 40. Right around 40.3 cents. So, and we're getting very close to the end of this pattern. This has to end December of this year, or like January of 25. So it's either going to break down, and then if it breaks down, remember the opportunity. It could come down another 35% from 40 cents or 40.5 cents to around that 26 cent mark. So that is what we're seeing. If we have enough testicular fortitude to not only break that 40.5 cents, but to come all the way back down near like a 26 cent level. If we come down to 26 cents, my jaw's going to hit the floor, and I'm not exactly sure how big of a truck I'm going to back up, but those are the prices it starts to get to when I start to salivate. I start to absolutely, positively start to beat down the door so that I can invest more. And then I won't have to feel bad about investing in more than I bought in for. Even though I did buy more along the way and sell for huge profits, and then buy more and then sell more. And then I bought the XRP Bitcoin pairing and sold it and bought it and sold it. So, you know, I've been dealing with 20, 25,000 XRP. Now I have about 10, little over 10 that I don't touch. That's just, I keep it on the ledger and I won't touch it no matter what. And then I just see how cheap I can buy more. But everything over the top, the double over the top, I can sell, take all that stuff. Oh man, if we hit 26 cents, I'm going to jump off the... That's why when a lot of people become scared, I know how investing goes. And that's why I said last year we had FOMO Fridays 1 year ago at this time. And Winning Wednesdays. It just started right after I broke my bones in my hands and forearm and stuff. And we ended up doing great. All of those ended up profiting for 200-300%, some 50 to 70. Even on XRP, which we didn't have to accumulate then, we managed to, depending on if you sold it or if you rebought it, whatever the plan was, you were able to make good profits. XLM, we were able to sell for at more than a one bagger. DGB, a two bagger. XDC was one of the worst ones, but it was still up like 40-50%. H-bar did fucking great. We bought it at 5.2 cents and it was up over 15-16. I sold it at like, what was it, 14-13 area, somewhere around there. But yeah, there's just a lot of opportunity. We did a lot of things. Algo, when we did it, I'm only saying this because it's going to come around again, and I always say this. When it's over, it's over. But when the new reaccumulation starts, when you start to sell out and rebuy back in again, when it breaks way down, Algo, remember, we were buying sub 10 cents. We got to sell it over 20 cents. Some I sold up as high as over 24. And now it's back to 12.8. That's why when it's a bear market rally, you try to take opportunity so we can continue to push back into it. A lot of profits, as we know, over the years, if you're new to the station, a lot of our profits have gone towards buying in precious metals. B2 Gold, even though I had to sell some of my shares because I had my property taxes and I didn't want to shift money out of everywhere. But I still have 2,222 shares of B2 Gold from $2.53 on this recent time. I just got a dividend payment, so I got free money, $130. You know, we've been buying gold in the community as low as $1,700 it got down to. Silver got as low as $16, $17. There was big opportunities here. And now it's up over 30. Gold's over 2,350. So a lot of our profits are safe. I may not be rich in nominal terms when it comes to cash, when it comes to currency, but I am very wealthy when it comes to money. And if you understand what money means in comparison to currency, I don't want the fiat, I want the precious metal, period. End of day. That's it. XRP Bitcoin pairing has come right back down to support as we feared on this back test, but is it going to be able to hold, or is this done? Is it done? We circled this for a reason now. Is this done? Or is this going to hold here and have a massive push out here to roughly that 971 level? Otherwise, it could continue to ride down here to about the 727 and then maybe bounce off of it, because I still see a possibility of, unless it breaks down, boom, 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 that could be an inverse head and shoulders. Even if it comes to 727, and what it would look like, ironically, is I can give you a perfect example. On B2 Gold, it had a short-term inverse head and shoulders we talked about. And here, if you're new, you wouldn't know. But this was the inverse head and shoulders. It's a more consolidated pattern, but it looked pretty much the same from that perspective. The only difference is XRP is down around here, where this X is, and then it pulled up for B2 Gold. Now, if XRP pulls up on the Bitcoin pairing, this is what it would look like after it plays up. And right now, we got a big resistance for B2 Gold at 283, and we got to break the pivot point at 290. So, big stuff happening there. With XRP, somebody said they bought in at 43. I'm highly considering, there's two ways I'm trying to look at this. So, one, there's a copy trade for Bitcoin. So, just mind you, if you copy trade me, expect to get into a lot of interesting situations. It might take us 5, 6, 7 times getting to a spot, and then it breaks that support structure and we got to try again. But once we hit that bottom, we can start riding these for 2, 3, 400%. Yeah, a few times along the way, we'll get stopped out for 7, 8% because the bottom wasn't in, even though it could have been. Like right now, it could be a triple bottom. So there could be a potential here for me to even take a shot here. We know we came down to 42.4. We've got a lower support down here at 41.1. Knowingly, if we got into a position here, it might not be that advantageous for the fact that even from 42.5, if it came to 40, yeah, that's too much. You know, it would have to be a quick stop loss here. And then because you have to understand that it could come right down to that 40.5 cents, which is the multi-year trend line. I mean, I'm talking 8-year formation. So we got to pay attention to that. Man, it's starting to get a little bit of fireworks starting now. But does this make sense to everybody out of curiosity? Chillers, I understand that. From a spot position, I don't blame you. What I was saying for the speculative is that for the copy trade, if I do decide. But I almost feel like we have to look at it both ways. Bitcoin, and I like to look at it when they become so oversold that something's got to happen. And this is what we circled, or what we've been speculating for quite some time here, that we could double bottom and come slightly below. Now the question is can it pull back around? Can it be coming back around here? We're mostly in the days and weeks to come, but it could. It could start coming back around here. But what, you know, and if it is, man, it's at a great support level too. These are starting to hit great support structures if they are at a reversal area. Like XRP coming down to the cup and handle support. I mean, if we're thinking that the pattern is still bullish, we shouldn't have any problem buying it at this spot because it is at the handle support. The most bullish spot to buy, if you think the cup and handle is going to break bullish, would be at the handle support. And this is the third tap now. So, and it is massively oversold in the daily. It's massively oversold. We don't often become this oversold with XRP. Last time before this, we were this oversold in the daily was back in May of 22, and we had a nice volatile push up from around the 27 cents over 50 cents. And then if you go even farther back, the only other time is back in 2018 in recent memory. And we went all the way from, what, 22 cents up to, it looks like past 70. So we're getting to an area where it becomes advantageous. It really, really does. And most people are going to give up here when they should be paying a lot of attention. I got to get going, though, everybody. I apologize. It's 4th of July. We got to do our son's feeding. So I want to go in there and do that. I'm blessed that we got to do 45 minutes. I really, really am. Your liquidation is 40. Got buys all the way down. And if you keep buying down, your liquidation will come down as you buy it. So just as long as you can stay ahead of that, it'll work out, especially if you spread it out. XRP Healthcare, one person asked real quick, we are getting very close to a buy zone. Very, very close. And now the daily's pushed into a majorly oversold. The buy zone, and I'm not saying you have to wait, but I've targeted for a long time, and that's what some are speculating on, that it would have to come back and retest the pattern breakout at 2.34 cents approximately. And yeah, it went up to 8 cents, but normally when you have a long-term consolidation, you never break out officially until you backtest appropriately. So we're going to see if it can hold. So thank you, everybody. Have a blessed evening. Thank you, JW. I got to get going. I got the signal. Have a good evening. Have a happy 4th of July, and I'll see you back tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern.